is Cecilia Howard, and I want to welcome you to Stress Less Mindfulness Meditation. Today's program is going to be a slightly different variation from what we've been doing. We're going to be practicing a technique called Progressive Muscle Relaxation. And what progressive muscle relaxation does is allows us to know the difference between tension being held in the body, that sort of white knuckling our way through life, feeling that tension, and then that subsequent release, that relaxation, that opening up, that awareness of the difference between the two is what we're doing with progressive muscle relaxation. I'll be interweaving mindfulness meditation into our progressive muscle relaxation technique that we'll be doing. And I want you to, as always, be as comfortable as you can during our practice time. Comfort is key. If you've been with me, if you've been listening to this program, you know that I talk about this a lot. Comfort is key when it comes to meditation practice. You can do it sitting in a chair. You can do it lying down either on a mat or on the floor or on your bed, or you can do it standing. A lot of my viewers are not able to sit for long periods of time in a chair, so it's always your choice whether you want to start out in a chair and perhaps lie down and then come back to the chair at the end. Always up to you to decide. This is about you learning ways to allow for self-care so that you know what you need when you need it. There's an introductory program that I recorded through BCTV that's always typically available on their, not only their website, but there's information at the end of this program that has my contact information and my website as well. And you can always link to that particular introductory show anytime you want to learn a little bit more about me or about mindfulness meditation. So that's always available to you. And I just want to say a couple more things about progressive muscle relaxation and then just a little bit about a slight different format that we're going to do at the end of the show. It would seem that it would make sense that we should all recognize when we hold tension in our bodies. But believe it or not, we all don't do that. We don't realize that oftentimes stress builds up in the body, much like a pot of water boiling on the stove, where when you initially put it on, it's smooth, it's unruffled, it's flat. And then as the water starts to heat up, you start to see little bubbles, a little bit of movement, and then you get this rolling boil when things really get going. And that's how stress builds up in the body. Starts out very smooth and open, and then as more tension builds up, there's tightness and a clenching that occurs in the body. And then what starts to happen is we start to feel these symptoms almost as though we're not fully aware of these tense parts of our body. And then the mind kicks in and creates these stressful reactions. So I'm not going to get into details about stress. There is so much wonderful information out there on the web available about the cause and effect of stress in our lives and what that can do to us. And most of us are very well versed on that. My intention here is to create a program that allows us to disconnect from that stress in our lives. So today we'll be weaving mindfulness meditation with a technique, as I said, that's called progressive muscle relaxation. And then I did mention there's a slight format change to the program, and that's going to occur at the end of each show that I'll be taping. Rather than doing a conclusion or talking again at the end of the show, I'm simply going to be ringing this bell that I have next to me. I'll be ringing it 3 times to indicate that the show has ended. But I don't want you to necessarily feel that you have to end your meditation. You can continue on with meditation, or you could choose to go on about your day and do whatever you need to do. So the choice is always yours. So you can fast forward over this more talky part at the beginning, Watch for when I ring the bell once, that indicates the meditation's about to start, and then 3 chimes indicate it's the end. It's the end of this portion of guided meditation, but it doesn't mean it has to be your end of the meditation. So without any further talking, let's dive right into our practice today. So coming into a comfortable seated posture or lying down on your back or even standing, it's always fine to do that. You can gently close your eyes if that feels comfortable for you, or you could leave them slightly open. You don't have to have the eyes shut. You can keep them open. If you're in a chair, you can keep your eyes cast down at the floor as a way to cut out distraction. If you're lying on your back, you can gently gaze up at the ceiling. So it's always your choice whether you want to close the eyes or not. What we'll be doing is I'll be guiding through this progressive muscle relaxation exercise by indicating parts of the body that you're going to deliberately create tension. And that'll be either by clenching or tightening these parts of the body. You'll breathe in. As I name each part of the body, you'll be breathing in, creating tension. We'll hold it for just a little bit. And then you'll be letting go, opening up, relaxing with your out breath. And I'll be giving you gentle reminders and cues throughout this so that you'll know what you'll need to do when you need to do it. So just again, a reminder to folks at home that you don't have to be watching me do this. So keeping your eyes closed is encouraged. It's encouraged because it's a way to really go deep inside and bring awareness to what's going on as it's happening without the added distraction of having to watch me or feeling as though you have to look at what I'm doing. Because everything we're doing, you can do right where you're at right now. So what I'd like you to do is bring your awareness down to your toes, down to your toes. And I want you to create tension as you breathe in, as you inhale. I want you to tense those toes, tight, 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 tight. Feel that tension, and then release. Release the tension, release the tightness in the toes. And as you do this, I want you to say, my toes are relaxed. My toes are relaxed. And we're going to do this twice on every body part that I name. So there's ample opportunity for you to practice it. So again, awareness on the toes, create tension, tightness in the toes, tense those toes up, tight, breathe in as you do that, hold for just a second or two, breathe out, release, and just say silently to yourself, my toes are relaxed. My toes are relaxed. And just pausing to notice what your body feels like now that you've released that tension. Just noticing what you feel in your toes. Then we're going to bring our awareness to our entire left foot and right foot. So we're focusing on both our feet at the same time. And we're going to create tension in our feet. So again, tightening the toes, maybe curling the feet a little bit, creating tension. Tension in the toes as we inhale, hold, release, breathe, let that breath go, and say to yourself, my feet are relaxed. My feet are relaxed. We're going to do that one more time. We're going to inhale, tense the feet, curl your toes, tighten, tighten, tighten the feet. Feel into that sensation. Hold, release the breath, release the tension. Saying silently to yourself, my feet are relaxed. My feet are relaxed. Notice, pause, bring awareness to what your feet feel like now that you've released this tension. Then we're going to bring our awareness to our lower legs from our knees all the way down to our ankles. And we're going to tense our calf muscles, maybe create a little tension in the knee area. Just feel tightness, tension here. Breathe in as you do this. Hold. Release with the out-breath, saying silently, my calves are relaxed. My lower legs are relaxed. Continuing with your breathing and just noticing what your calf muscles and your lower legs feel like, having released that tension. Then we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to tense our calf muscles, our shins, perhaps our knees a bit. Breathe in, tighten, feel the tension. Hold for just a moment or two, then release with an out-breath, saying silently, my calves are relaxed, my lower legs are relaxed. Just bringing awareness to what you're feeling in your lower leg, noticing the difference in the body, having created that tension, and the subsequent relaxation. Now we're going to bring our attention to our buttock region and our thighs. And we're going to create tension in this part of our body by breathing in, inhalation, tight tension in the thighs and the buttock area, squeezing tightly, feeling that, holding for a moment or two, and then breathing out, feeling that relaxation, that letting go of that tightness, and saying, my buttocks are relaxed, my thighs are relaxed. And just notice what it feels like having to let go of that tension. And then we're going to do the same thing again. On an inhalation, we're going to tense our thighs, tighten our buttock region, squeeze and hold. And on the release of the exhale, we're going to say silently to ourselves, my buttocks are relaxed, my thighs are relaxed. Then we're going to pause and just simply notice what it feels like in your body, having released that tension, that intentional tension that you created in this part of the body. Then we're going to bring our awareness now to our abdominal region. And we're going to create tension here by breathing in, holding your stomach in, holding that abdominal area in as tight as you can, holding it for a moment or two, and then on the exhalation, releasing that tension in your abdominal muscles and saying silently to yourself, my abdomen is relaxed. My stomach is relaxed. And pause and notice. Notice the difference between that tight tension, and the subsequent relaxation. So noticing the difference between tension and relaxation. Then we're going to do that again. We're going to tighten our stomach muscles by inhaling and breathing in tightly. Hold, hold, hold. And then on the release of the breath, let go of that tension in the abdominal region. Feel the stomach soften, saying silently to yourself, my abdomen is relaxed. My stomach is relaxed. And just notice. And just a gentle reminder, if you drifted off or fallen asleep or you've gotten distracted by thoughts, it's perfectly fine. You just bring yourself right back to wherever we're at. Whatever we're doing, just bring yourself gently right back to where we're at and just continue on. Distractions are part of life, and the practice of meditation is about learning how to bring yourself into the present moment with awareness by recognizing when you are distracted and coming back to what we're focused on. So right now we're going to bring our attention to our chest area. We're going to create tension in the chest. I like to tighten the shoulders a little bit. The shoulders get into play with the chest. You may want to create tension. You may even feel a little bit in your abdomen as you do it, but just create tension in that upper chest area as you breathe in, hold, release the chest area, saying silently to yourself, my chest is relaxed. My rib cage is relaxed. And just noticing what it feels like in the body to open up and let go in this area. And then we're going to do that one more time. We're going to create that tension. Again, you can squeeze your shoulders, get them involved a little bit to squeeze towards your rib cage. Tighten your upper abdomen a little bit just to create some added tension in the chest as you squeeze and tighten, hold, letting go, releasing, breathing out, saying silently to yourself, my chest is relaxed, my rib cage is relaxed. And just notice what it feels like, what you're feeling in this part of the body as you release that tension. No right or wrong way to feel. It's whatever you're feeling in this moment. Not everybody feels the same sensation, so just bringing awareness to what you're feeling in this moment. Then we're going to create tension in our shoulders. So we're going to focus on our upper back and our shoulder blades. We're going to squeeze as though we could squeeze our shoulders back. And you can do this if you're lying down on the bed or if you're seated in the chair or even standing up. You just push your shoulders back a little bit. Feel that tension in the shoulders and the shoulder blades. Hold. And then on your out breath, release. Release that tension in the shoulders. This is a key place where we hold a lot of tension, especially for those of us that do a lot of work on our computers or driving cars or repetitive motion with our hands, a lot of piecework, sewing, things, crafting, painting. A lot of us are using those shoulder muscles continuously in a repetitive way that creates tension. So just notice how you feel, letting go of that tension we created. Then we're going to do that one more time. We're going to squeeze our shoulder blades back. We're going to inhale. We're going to notice that tension we're creating in our shoulder area. We're going to hold it. We're going to release our breath, release the tension, and notice how the body feels letting go. Just opening up into that relaxation after that tension was being held. And just pause and notice. Then we're going to do the same thing with our arms, from our shoulders all the way down to our fingertips. We're going to tense our arms, and you can do that by pulling the arms away from the body or pressing them in tight to your side. You're going to clench your hands. You're going to tighten your muscles. You're going to squeeze maybe your arms into your sides. And I want you to feel that tension as you breathe in and hold and release the tension as your air escapes from the body, and breathe. and notice the residual effect in the body of releasing that tension. Notice what you feel in the body, in your arms, having done that. Always taking this mindful pause to notice what you feel. Then we're going to do that again. We're going to squeeze tightly on our arms, whether we have them outstretched or in at our sides. We're going to create tension in our muscles, triceps, biceps, forearms, hands, wrists, shoulders even get engaged as you're breathing in, and then you hold, and then you release with an out breath, and you let go of that tension. And you notice, what does your body feel like having released that tension? Notice the residual effect of letting go. And then we're going to bring our awareness now to our face. And we're going to squeeze tightly every part of our face that we possibly can. Squeezing your eyes tightly shut, your mouth, furrowing your brow, squeezing really tightly with the entire muscles of your face that you can engage with. As you inhale, hold, and then release. Relax the tension in the face. Relax the tension you created in the jaw. And just breathe and notice. Just notice the residual effect of letting go of that intentional tension we created. And it's interesting, the expression intentional tension. It's amazing how often we create this tension in our bodies unintentionally. We're not even aware of it. And this exercise helps us to truly recognize the difference between that tension and open relaxation, so that things don't build in the body, so that you release into it. Then what we're going to do is we're going to focus on our entire body now, from our head all the way down to our toes. And we're going to curl any part, tense any part that we can as we breathe in. So we're curling our toes, our hands, we're holding in our abdomen, we're tightening the chest, the shoulders, the face muscles. Tense, tense, tense as we're breathing in, and then hold, and then release. And just notice what the body feels like, your body feels like, as you let go of that entire tension that you created in that body of yours. Just feel into that. It's interesting that when we tense like that, we even notice the blood flow when we let go of that tension. We notice how the body and the blood seems to start circulating. And just think of that tension that we hold so often. And this exercise is wonderful to do, to learn how to let go of that tension we hold in our bodies. So we're going to do this again. We're going to tighten everything. We're going to round our body if you can. We're going to squeeze our feet, squeeze our hands, squeeze our arms, squeeze every part of the body that you possibly can. Tight buttocks, breathing in, hold, release. And I want you to feel into that release as you exhale. And you can say to yourself, my entire body is relaxed. My entire body is relaxed. And when you do this, if you choose to do a progressive muscle relaxation without using the recording, it's always your choice whether to use the words that I add at the end about each body part being relaxed. That's why I did things in certain body parts I didn't say it, and in others I did. It's always your choice whether or not you want to say that. You don't have to. You could just feel the tension and release and notice the difference. That's always up to you. So now bringing your awareness to your breath, to your breathing, noticing the flow of breath in and out of the body, maybe even becoming aware of areas of the body that are letting go even further from that relaxation exercise that we did, that progressive muscle relaxation. You may even notice parts of the body that are releasing even further and letting go of that tension. This is a wonderful exercise to do any time of the day, first thing in the morning, before you go to bed at night, whenever you need to let go of that tension so that that pot doesn't start to boil. So just simply breathing into this moment and remembering that when I ring the chime 3 times at the end, it's always your choice whether to continue on with your meditation and just following your breath for as long as you'd like, or to go about your day. Go about your day, ending this meditation time, opening your eyes, bringing some movement back into your body. Always your choice.